Oh, we don't get two of those. That is the Wookiee. He's looking to his way out at this point.
Yeah, Harry's on the back.
Oh, that's
Harry.
Thank you very much. I'll click right now.
Thank
just
you.
a moment.
Thank you so
Thank you
much.
from the bottom of my heart. It's been absolutely amazing
Thank you,
today.
everyone.
I think we've exactly hit 850 now, so thank you very, very much. Take care, guys. Have a good night. Peace.
I love you, NXR community. Hello everyone, and welcome back to another round in NXR Tier 2. Welcome. Alongside me, as always, for the rest of the season, and so far this season, Gale Force. How are we doing, Gale?
A bit less lonely than last night. There's actually people around.
Oh wow, how about that? Magic. But yeah, back with people absolutely spamming the readying up, but then we don't seem to have a full grid. Are you spectating?
Yes.
Beautiful. So it seems that the only drivers we're missing is a McLaren and a Ferrari. There we go, McLaren and Ferrari. So call them out, whoever they are. Letting us down today, not able to start exactly on time. What a joke. What a joke, shall we say.
That would be Wavy and...
Wavy, let's just blame Wavy.
No. The other one that's missing is Rydell. He will be here.
Rydell will be here.
A little late.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Another person who will be later here in quali will be Yaps, but not racing. But he'll be the man dealing with all the predictions that was requested in the ideas section. If anyone else has any more ideas, then please flood that ideas channel. We'd really appreciate it. And if obviously you have any ideas right now that we can have a look at, then send it in the chat. But most importantly, how are we all doing in chat? How are we all doing especially after the race last night, where the difference between first and second was a grand total of 18 thousandths of a second. Ever had a race that close before, Matthew?
Only in NASCAR, but that's just driving in a circle.
The joys of driving in circles. Only.
It's more fun than you think, but more boring than you'd hope.
Oh boy. A little bit cloudy today. Hopefully that's something of things to come. If anyone has the weather, then please let us know in chat or DM Gale Force. I'm sure he'll absolutely love to receive everyone's messages. But let's have a look in chat. Weather incoming soon for you lads from Jeffrey Mon. How is he saying? Let's do this again. Has to win again. Oh, fingers crossed for Callum 11 here. Dry race, but raining quali. Ooh.
So here's a question. Before we even get as people start heading out for their outlaps, the only cars to have won a race in Tier 2 this season have been under the banner of Milkman. It's only Williams and Mercedes.
Well, there you go.
Does it end today?
Will it end today? We have both Mercedes drivers back here today, Scrivs and Rio Fensom. Oh my god, I don't know what happened to the Alfa Romeo. What is going on with this Alfa Romeo? What a mess. Disqualified from session is that boy SJ. We're not commenting on this, right?
I didn't even see that.
I have no idea, but that boy SJ has just been disqualified from the session. What a great start from the Alpine. Gale Force with the straight facts, with the great facts, sorry.
What can all this does?
But what other, who's in the Williams today? We have Shaman and Lots, the dream team, back at it in the Williams. Hopefully they can pull something out the bag today, as obviously Shaman's mainly known around this France territory after his very famous P5.
Legendary. Tier 1 P5.
Tier 1 P5. So that way SJ knows exactly what I'm about. When, it's kind of hard to avoid this.
Actually, hold on. SJ's in the chat. SJ, what happened?
Yeah, what happened? Let us know.
Let's get some intel here, because we're all very confused, as Minoy will be the first person start a flying lap around this ugly, ugly Grand Prix circuit.
Ugly. Absolutely horrifying.
Looks like a Rorschach test.
Let's take a very narrow line to turn 1. A few yellow flags, but I'm sure that's just letting people pass. Oh, it seems that there's an AlphaTauri on the loose. I think that was General Jake. I have no idea what's going on here.
It's just a load of people being slow out of the final corner, it seems. One of them was a Mercedes. Oh my goodness! It has started raining.
Is that rain already? Is Manoy
It's already started
in the perfect
raining.
position? First on track. Could he make the most of this dry session? Could this be an absolute masterclass from NXR Manoy?
There are people on outlaps right now. There are people who won't even get flying laps in very wide through the fast right-hander of turn 10.
Oh my god.
Taking it wide, cutting back for 11. That's nice. That's actually very clean through there.
It's very tidy, wasn't it? This
Yeah,
got me, you
that was
have to
actually
watch
lovely.
out, no inside curve, but now he completely avoids the inside curve. He already knows. Rio Fensum still on his out lap, waiting to make his lap. Manoy could be in for a
This
storm
could cause an
of a
utter
column.
mess.
Oh, he just about keeps on the track, it seems. What time is
Question
going to
is-
be... Go on.
The question is the track, like, how bad is the traction loss? 33.4, so that seems about the same as Manoy was getting yesterday. 31.7 coming out from Halsey, putting him up to P1.
On to the medians as well.
Callum, invalidated. That's not what he wants to see. We've got the 2 Alfa Romeos coming next. Motorcycle will be the first on a... No, Remaster will be first across the line. 31.0.
This.
Motorcycle 31.8.
on the
McLaren
softs.
didn't get a lap. Who's the next car across the line? Rob!
Oh, there we
P1
go.
30.6.
He did say he was really strong on this track.
Jay's with a strong lap, 30.1, putting in P3. AlphaTauri going 4th and 5th there. General Jake slotting in with a 31.2. That's a decent lap from him.
Watkins having to box, not having a great time. Who's next? It's J Wall. What time is he going to put in? A 1:32.2. And his teammate, TX Phillip. I think the rain's really, really affecting the drivers now. If it wasn't before, it definitely is now.
The track surface doesn't look incredibly bad. It may still just have enough grip for the faster drivers to slot themselves in,
Let's see
but
what time Phillip puts in, and it's a
That's a great one.
1:30.9. What a great lap that was. Seems like Halsey is going for another run here. Doesn't seem
gotta get what
confident
you
this
can.
time. Manoy, 3/10 up on his time. Won't be enough unless he can improve by even more. He actually loses time in that final sector as Rio Fensum. Great
Oh,
lap.
that's close.
It is getting really close. And a driver who can make it even closer is Callum 11 in the Haas. And he puts in a 1:31.3. Night Owl next to cross the line. Puts in a 1:31.1. We now have the Aston Martin. I think Rob is going for another.
He's not even going for
And-
another. Oh, just
Away
misses
as
out.
well.
He was drafting off of Lotz's Williams all the way down the back straight, so he went for another lap. Tried to use everything he could.
There we have the back three. Manoy with a 1:33.4. Lots with a 1:33.4. And Jamie with a 1:33.5.
See, the problem here is everyone that's gone back into the pits probably won't be able to improve. The track will most likely get too wet before they get back out. Certain people are coming out and completely cutting the course to try and avoid that issue. Not naming names, but it's a Ferrari.
That is a world Ferrari.
A load of cars doing the same on their in-laps, which could actually have a decent impact on the outcome of the session if they get out for another lap. Shaman cutting on his in-lap as well. Somebody needs to have these drivers' track maps. Scrivs.
On his flyer. Still yet to set a time.
Yeah,
Is
it's
this
up
rain
ahead, that
really
McLaren.
affecting too much? You know what this rain reminds me of? The time last season in Brazil, where the rain did hardly anything. There was so much rain, but it made hardly any difference to the dry compound. Oh, to the slicks, and it looks like it has the same impact today.
In theory, once enough people go into the pits, there'll be less cars circling, track temps go down, it'll be easier for the track to become wet,
Maybe.
which could have the effect, but
Let's see
you
what
never
time Scribs
know.
comes out with. It's a 1:31.7. That is not like Scribs.
Only P10.
Not what he wants to see. Remember, only 4 cars will be knocked out. Sorry, 3 cars will be knocked out of Q1 today. So let's see if any drivers can improve. One of those drivers yet to make a time is Luke Watkins. And looking at how much it's raining, surely you'd have to think it's making some sort of difference, especially with the time that Scribs is putting out.
It's gonna have an effect, but I think... Rydell's in, but could it be all too late?
Oh no, the worst time. Motorcycle has retired. I think that was in the pits.
Yeah, he was in the pit
Is he
lane.
comfortable with that, or is he...
I mean, if the conditions do continue worsening, no one's gonna improve.
Exactly.
So I think take the risk. If he feels safe, then go for it.
Oh, and that's invalidated by Luke Watkins. Oh no. And that's one of the last places I really see someone invalidating. Trying to make such a wide line into turn 12 that he just goes off the track. He's going again. And it looks like... So Scribs will be coming in. Seems that there is... Is that Jay? That is Jay. Jay's is out. Shaman's on his outlap now, coming back out, needing to improve. Currently in the drop zone is Shaman. But now Rydell's here, it's the bot. Oh, and Shaman! Oh, sorry, Jay invalidates. It must be
again.
Yeah, it must be incredibly distracting seeing all these cars just cut the track right in front of you and all around you. But no rules were made about it, so I guess it would be all okay. Unless they really get out of the way. I think Jay has this car on pause right now, so I think what I'm going to do is switch over to Rio Fensum, who has invalidated his flyer. I really, considering people are still coming out, I have this slight feeling this rain's doing absolutely nothing.
Somewhat. I think it is having an effect. I don't think it's having as much of an effect as some may have expected.
As Luke Watkins invalidates again.
Although we can see the track is definitely starting to look more and more damp. Shaman sliding out the final turn, the back end not planted on that Williams.
Let's ride on board with Shaman here. See if he's able to improve his time. Oh, that should be invalidated, and it is, and he's all out of control now. And spinning he goes. Unfortunate for the Williams. Let's have a look at chat here.
Rydell's invalidated.
Oh dear, it's just not looking good. Shaman's spun again.
Luke Watkins is completely off the circuit. Making up his own at this point.
Anyone on Rio Fensum invalidate? I think you might have mentioned Rio Fensum invalidating again. Lots is out on her flyer. See
It
if
is.
she-
It is too wet.
It does seem too wet, doesn't it? You see the damp, tiny little puddles on the tracks, on the track now. And you know what that does mean? Manoy is into Q2. How about that? Let's have a look at chat here. So Milkman says, to be honest, I think Scribs did the job with this weather, which is absolutely right. Jeffrey says, I don't think I can improve in these conditions. J-Wall says, I am so scared I can't even get out to improve. I was so shafted. because I came out late. Jay says impossible to improve now. I was half a second down before I invalidated. Jay
Wow.
was saying that's my hope being stuck in P13. Lap delta
Well,
between
it's-
Inter and Slick has been decreased by 2 seconds.
It definitely looks bad. I'm watching lots as she comes
Yeah.
through, like, into Sector 3. I don't think there's any time to be gained here. She's keeping it under control pretty well. Bit of understeer through the left-hander. Avoiding the curb, though, so that's all good.
Surely boxing is.
No,
Oh,
she's
no.
gonna go for it.
Does she feel like she can improve?
I don't think so, because she has to get to the start line in 3 seconds to improve.
No. Let's have a look here. So, that boy SJ saying, I've realised my issue. Embarrassing by me. Oh wait, I don't think he actually said what actually happened, did he not? Oh, he did. He said my car just didn't move when I pressed accelerate. Controller didn't disconnect.
Oh, well.
That's a bit of an odd one. Jay saying I was on pause to type in Twitch chat. What happened to SJ? Yep. Jensen saying I'm chilling eating Choco biscuit.
Well, since the session's probably quieting down, other than Rydell and Luke Watkins just trying to get a lap, even though Rydell has also invalidated again, and Luke Watkins is still not finding where the circuit is. Not many people are going to actually be able to improve, let alone set a lap, with the conditions as they are. But wait, why is there a yellow? Oh, I think that's just
General
her out of
Jake.
fuel.
I think General Jake's retired. He's crashed.
Oh, he's crashed.
He has crashed.
He's crashed through the right-hander.
He's currently P15. I have no idea why he's not behind Shaman,
Because his lap time is better than Shaman's.
but his lap time's also better than Lot's, Manoy's,
Well, okay,
and
so-
Sheewell's.
The reason it does that is basically he's DNF'd and he is out of the session. So he will be starting P15 because his car is destroyed and will not be able to participate further. But because the time is good enough, he still technically advances to Q2.
Okay, okay, that makes sense.
So he goes through, he just can't set a lap next session, so he's just default 15th.
Yeah, that makes complete sense. Let's have another look at chat here. Anyone agree with my comments? I have not read any of your comments, because you have not.
Oh no,
Haswell again.
he's been talking in Discord.
Oh, okay.
Showing displeasure for the people who are unable to drive on the track when taking a slow in and out lap. And I wholeheartedly agree.
Jake Big Shunt. So SJ says I switched my account. Wait, my acceleration button to right bumper from RT as it was sticking. Oh no.
Oh.
Oh no. That's not good because you can't have any throttle management. It's just straight flat out, isn't it?
Well, also, I want to just say, Jeffrey, you're saying that you predicted Minoy would be faster. Minoy also did have better track conditions. He was the first person to set a lap. He had the best conditions anyone would have.
Shaming out on the inters.
That... I don't know how Luke Watkins didn't invalidate there, but he's keeping it on the track. Are people just coming out to get some Saito laps on inters for Q2? Because Rio Fensum is also out on them.
Maybe.
Rydell is out on the inters, looking to just set a lap, but he's invalidated again. Luke Watkins. See, the battle here is just between Luke Watkins and Rydell, because if one of them gets a time, then they beat the other, because neither have one yet.
Yeah, exactly. Luke Watkins is actually about to set a time here. Let's see what time he comes out with. It's a 1:42.3. And oh, he's gone spinning. And he's
Now-
out.
Well, okay. So here's something that I really don't like when it comes to the people being able to cut corners. I'm not sure if Rydell had to stay on the actual circuit if he would have gone round for another lap. However, because he's been able to completely ignore the chicane and is now like coming through the final sector, he's absolutely going to be able to get another lap if he doesn't invalidate it right here.
Oh, this will invalidate it.
Actually, wait, our timer might be a little off, so I'm not sure. Because it shows time's up for us, but
They still have 30 seconds apparently. But I'm sure this invalidates this the next lap for Rydell, and it did.
Yep, it has. Rydell is done.
Rydell
P18.
is done. Yep. Considering Shaman was just typing in chat, I really doubt it's him currently driving this car.
True. Rio Fenton was out on a lap on those inters. What sort of time are we going to see from him? Oh, it's invalid.
Beautiful.
Amazing scenes.
Incredible, incredible. Well, there we are. So that boy has obviously out from being, having a stinky right trigger as Rio Fenton goes spinning. Then we have Rydell, who just couldn't set a time, stuck in P18. Luke Watkins in the Ferrari P17, and Shaman knocked out, taking the last position from the drop zone. In P16, knocked out. But who is through is his teammate Lotz in the Williams and Minoy in the Haas. How do we feel about that?
I think this whole qualifier could be a great chance for some unexpected surprises. Because in these conditions, considering we've seen people invalidating a lot, we've seen Rio Fenton already have a spin on those inters. It's very possible that some of the front runners have problems and we get some surprises through to Q3.
Well, Jay was saying that his heart rate went up. Thank God he is through. P12, I think he got in the end, which
yep.
I'm sure would be all happy with, just to get through, especially in these conditions. How is he the only one using mediums in this session? Which does mean, I believe, that Q2 will be raining as well. Absolutely chucking it down, which is what we love to see.
Well, it's only going to get wetter from here, I guess.
It's only going to get wetter, but here we are, Rob, fastest. Beautiful, by 3/10. But look how close it was.
Have you spotted something there? With the times that have been set? Someone being very cheeky in an AlphaTauri Halsey, showing up as on the mediums for me.
Yeah, that's what I was just mentioning earlier. Halsey on the mediums, and being that quick, only 1.1 seconds behind Rob. That's promise. That is promise. But here we go.
Technically, with that pace, he could have been fastest.
He could have been. Philip also up there as well, which is a delight to see a
it's
driver.
heavier.
It does look a lot heavier, doesn't it? Get the boots out. Get your paddles out. Jeffrey Mon redeemed the shout out. Thank you for your channel points. You will not be getting that shout out. You have been scammed. Oh my god, my Discord is absolutely flooded. Let's have a look. Nothing really important, which is great for me. FIA chat. Should we talk about FIA chat? Milkman in the bin.
It's a flood of cars. Milkman in the bin.
Yes.
Oh, we finally got rid of him.
Oh, hallelujah. Jeffrey Mon redeemed
Has the milk
hydrate.
gone bad?
Scammed. Will Rob get pole position? Predict. Get your predictions in. No P doo-doo. What? Yes, sir. You can tell Yaps did it because he's the only person I've ever seen say yes, sir. Get your predictions in. Will Rob get pole position? Oh my god, there's only 10 seconds left. Oh god. Why was the prediction time so small? No one's going to be able to get their money in.
It's so short.
Oh no! Only 4 people were able to get a prediction in. Good job, Yaps. You had one job. You had one job, Yaps. Unbelievable. Scam everyone. Take it. Wait, is there a way you could do it again? Like refund everyone, or I'll let you have a little gander over that. But for now,
For what? If I age chat.
oh no about redoing the prediction, because there was only like 10. It only seemed like 2 seconds. People could read it, and then that was the end of it.
Ah.
Pregnant ladies are out for Jeffrey.
Outlaps coming to an end. First flying lap coming through will be Icelandic Rob.
Well,
the first
do
man.
you think he'll get pole today?
I think Rob is a very consistent driver in all conditions, and I think there is the potential. Yes,
But the potential.
the potential. No, there's the potential for him to be on pole. I think Halsey is always a safe bet as well, being up there, and the 2 Mercs are naturally a threat.
What would be nice is to see what is promising is seeing Philip's pace out there today. What was it, P4 in Q1, and after his his struggle this season so far, not able to hook up a point so far this season, if I am absolutely correct, which I am. Disqualified in Austria, P12 in Britain, retired for Spa, and didn't make it to Monaco. It is not the greatest starts for Philip, but you have to remember he is learning wheel, so I have no idea what it's like or how long it will take to adapt to wheel, so I'm not going to judge too hard. But it seems to be going a lot better, especially looking at the times today, so hopefully we see more of that this season.
Callum had a little off, was just parked up off the circuit slightly just to stay out of the way.
Rob approaching the last few corners here. Let's see what time he is able to hook up. That's lots. That's her.
The wheel spin off the corner.
It is quite tasty. And he comes through for 140.4. Then we have an AlphaTauri. It's Halsey. 141.3. Now we have the Haas of NXR Manoy who invalidates. Then we have the Mercedes of Scrivs. What time is he going to put in? Will it be fastest? It's not. It's a 140.8. Then we have an Aston Martin Sciatic Hurdle. 141.8. No, McLaren
Night Owl invalidated, having to go again. Callum was also invalid, so has to go again. Rio Fensom, the next one across the line. Goes P5.
Not comfortable. Motorcycle goes just ahead by 2/10 of 142.6. Now we have the Red Bull of J-Wall puts in not a very. I think that must have been a warm-up lap of some sort. But we have Brewmaster about to start his lap. Then we have Philip, who invalidated his lap, going for another. I'd love to know if Rob's going to go for another, because I doubt the tyre wear would be that harsh on these inters. So you can go for back-to-back laps.
Well, also the inters, the tyre. Well, yeah, like tyre wear's not bad. So like the ideal situation is just putting in a couple laps of fuel and just going for like 2, 3 flying laps in a row.
He comes into the box this time around though. Halsey invalidates, but looks like he's going to go for another run. As you see, Lots coming through with a 142.9, only a 10th behind Rio Fensom.
That's a pretty good lap from her.
Manoy coming through the final corner now. Oh, I think the Mercedes had an issue. That might have been Scripps. I'm not sure.
I think he was just going slowly, letting Callum go by, because Callum was on a flower. I don't think Scrivs was.
Oh, Sciatic Hurdle improves, goes to 141.1. Then we have Callum slot in P5 over 141.4. Then we have the other Mercedes. Rio Fensom, can he improve? Yes, he does. And Motorcycle was right behind him, and he just jumps back ahead of Rio Fensom.
Brewmaster coming out the final turn, coming to finish his flying lap. See where that puts him, P6, right in between Night Owl and Callum. Then we've got Philip out the final turn,
See what time he
coming up to the line.
And he comes home with a 1:42.5.
Part of me is worried that the rain is getting heavier,
Yeah.
because the track seems worse and worse every time I look away from the screen and look back. Which could mean we may be in full wet territory for Q3.
Which is absolutely absurd.
Lot's currently P11, Minoy invalidating. Who's coming across the
It's
line? That's
Halsey.
an AlphaTauri.
Yeah,
Yes.
Halsey looking to improve. Can he improve his 1:41.3? He does improve, and it's a 1:40.8 jumping scatic hurdle, and slots himself into P3 just behind Scrivs in the Mercedes. Very, very promising from the AlphaTauri driver. As Jay starts his first flyer of the day. I think Callum's coming through. He invalidates.
Halsey's gotten lost
Oh,
again.
there's an issue for the Mercedes of Scrivs. Yellow flags are out. He was ghosted, so there was definitely some sort of contact.
Might have just had a spin in the final turn because the Alfa Romeo was in the pit lane.
Maybe there's a Red Bull who's had an issue, and it was Philip. He's able to get the car back under control. But into the pits goes Philip. There doesn't really seem to be too much going on right now. Let's have a look at chat here. NXR says, if you voted no on the prediction, who do you think is going to get pole? I mean, in the
Right now,
dries,
Rob is looking great.
Yeah, if it's in the dries, then I feel like, as shown, it was either Halsey or Rob. But in the wets, Rob just seems to be in full control right now.
I think in full dry conditions, I think the Mercedes would have been a bit closer. Like, obviously they got a bit messed with by the track conditions. But right now, Rob, 4 tenths clear of anyone else. Pretty impressive showing so far as Jays comes through. Only P11. Not quite enough.
Jay will only
Callum.
up a tenth and a half.
Callum's had a spin.
He's going to need a lot more than that if he wants to show any sign of getting into the top 10. Remember, if he does get into the top 10, he's knocking his teammate out of the top 10. But I doubt he knows that. Oh, and he's invalidated anyway.
Scrivs setting up for another flying lap. Rob has retired. Rob feels safe, and that's fair enough. He's a second quicker than 5th place, so I don't see him getting knocked out.
Surely this is heavy rain.
It feels like it,
It
doesn't
does, yeah.
I will say there are a couple people who have selected wet tyres. They've got them ready in case they want to come back out, but the problem is that's not going to help you. Wet tyres are going to mean that the track is even slower than for inters, so you will not improve on them. But as I say that, one of those 2 drivers has come out. That's Lots on the full wets.
Full wet compound. Oh, the weather really changing this quality up a little bit, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm just watching Scrivs coming to the end of Sector 2 now. We'll see what his split times are looking like. 8 tenths down on what has looked like a pretty clean lap so far. I think the track's gone.
Yeah, the track.
I don't think the conditions are there.
And on that note, you'd have to think it's... So Scatic Hurdle was out of session, but he retired in the pits. But so that's got to be an early classification already for J-Wall, Manoy, Lots, J. Oh yeah, and General Jake was out in P15, wasn't he?
Yeah. I think this is probably what we're looking at for the final group. Well, for the final positions for those four. Keeping an eye on Lots, since she's the only one out there on the wet tyres, just in case, but I don't see anyone gaining time in these conditions.
Those four wets just look beautifully on that Williams, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, they fit so nicely.
What were you gonna say?
I feel like, at least what we've seen so far from today, as the track gets wetter, it gets better and better for Rob.
Yeah, exactly.
So if we're on full wets now, this could be huge for him. J-Wall also coming out on the full wets. Not sure if that's the move, but maybe it could gain him a position, put him ahead of Minoy. Okay, keep an eye on lots of sector times here, because this is really going to be the indicator of the difference between the wets and the inters. Down into turn 3. I will say, Lots has seemed very in control of the car in these conditions so far.
Yeah, it's lovely to see her improvement. Only a 10th.
Only a 10th. There is possible improvement here.
There is massive possibility for improvement.
4 tenths would be enough to get her into the top 10 if she can find it.
She find 4/10.
Well, I guess she needs 5 now because she's a 10th down on her time as well, but we'll have to see. Through the chicane. What does she do? Oh, no,
Yep, it is done. It is done.
No speed in the straights.
It is done. It does seem to be Rio Fence.
Just don't have the straight line grip. Minoy's come out for another lap as well, just to give it a go. So is J-Wall. I believe these are desperation moves by the people in the drop zone. And why not? I doubt. Well, you would hope that you don't have to use the full wets in the race, but who knows? Philip also coming out on the full wets.
How do you join? I'm sure there is a. Let me double check. Let me double check, because he's not 9 times out of 10 he is in here. The 31st alley. Would you like to do what you've always been, happy to do all season and a bit of last season as well on the social races, and send in a beautiful little Discord link for our friend Lateral DH?
Philip has had an off. Minoy had a spin in the final turn coming to start a lap.
Oh,
That's
and Rio
not gonna
Fence spun.
do well.
Again.
Rio's round. Yeah, it's completely gone. Lots of 7 tenths down in sector 1 that time. Oh, I believe that's J-Wall also off. Everyone's losing it in these conditions now, even on the full wets. Minoy did actually
was actually on part of his time.
Minoy actually did get a lap. Get to start the lap. I thought it might have been invalidated. Only a 10th off yet again in sector 1. I think the majority of the speed's going to be lost down this straight though.
Oh, okay. Jay will doing some donuts. With what it seems was Rio Fensom, but Rio Fensom is now stopped.
Jay will let Minoy go by before retiring from the session. That's for the best. There's no cars behind him on a lap. Minoy a second down, there it is, so it is a lot of time lost on this straight. And very wide.
Oh, and Rio's gone again. All this does is just help Rob's confidence. Seeing
People
top drivers like Rio Fensom really struggle.
Minoy getting another big slide. He will be the last one across the line. I don't see him improving. I think this is just going to remain P13 as he runs very wide and just says, forget the corner. And it's so wet, he nearly doesn't even make it the straight doing it that way.
Oh no.
Grip is non-existent now.
You can tell
we don't have
people
that
are opting for their dry setups ahead of the wet setups. And that makes you think, actually, is Rob opting for a wet setup here for quali?
I guess it depends on what the race is. Because if the race is completely dry, going for the glory of qualifying and then losing it all in the race doesn't seem worth it. So I would hope if the race is dry, no one's gone for a wet setup, but I wouldn't be surprised if someone has.
Maybe. But here we go. So, Jay finishes P11 just outside the drop zone. Sorry, just inside the drop zone. And then we got Lots in the Williams P12, which I feel like is a great achievement for a P12 for Tier 2. I think is a great little improvement. As well as same for NXR Manoy. J-Wall in the Red Bull. Thereabouts as well. But you have to say another dominant display by Rob. And if it gets, if we are in the full wets for Q3, then you'd think Rob would be having a field day.
So, for some extra information coming straight from the Discord, Rob confirming he is on a dry setup.
Also confirming that Gale Force needs some rest.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
It's annoying because now I'm yawning from it.
That's my energy drink.
Help us, guys. It's fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine, right? Right? Into Q3, guys. Great showing, by the way. Obviously over by Aston Martin and Alfa Romeo. And that's pretty much the only real team that's really performing together. This is unbanked. As it's raining still
I would be
heavily
impressed if
now.
this is Grand Prix mode with spectators and human players, not AI.
Me and Lando at least have something in common. Luke Watkins, me want to go out at Q1 for my Ferrari debut. Oh yeah, it's a Ferrari debut for Luke Watkins,
right.
ladies and gentlemen.
I forgot he wasn't a reserve anymore. I forgot he's actually in that Ferrari.
Unbelievable.
Wait,
Oh
so
yeah,
who's
and
the
something
other
we
Ferrari that didn't show
forgot to mention last time in Monaco is that Halsey has the full-time seat at AlphaTauri as well. I don't think we have any fill-ins today, not from my knowledge anyway.
No, I don't think we do.
No.
I think the only person missing is the second Ferrari, and we didn't get a reserve in for that one in time.
No, I think it's because Dante's recently left, so who knows.
Yeah, there was some shifting around.
There is a lot of moving, shifting. I think Wavy's currently got the tier 2 seat, but
Yeah,
hopefully you get to see him again sometime soon.
load of drivers coming out on the Inters.
Oh, maybe they're panicking, maybe they're shaking, maybe they know it's going to get even heavier again. Rob must be loving this. Rob that hasn't come out yet.
I'm surprised that the Inters have the pace in this condition. I would have been
Go on.
I would have been certain that this is full wet conditions.
To be fair, it does seem like it's gone a little bit lighter. And it's definitely not as heavy as Q2 ended up being. So it's probably still Inter's time, but it looks like it will probably get a lot heavier. And there we have it, the 31st Alley, beautifully doing an amazing job and giving us the Discord invite link. But as mentioned by the NXR account, they'll be putting a forever lasting Discord link in the bio for this NXR Twitch, I'd imagine, just to help you guys out. Anyway, first lap's gonna be made by Callum 11. You fancy walking us through this lap, Gale Force?
In these terrifying conditions, absolutely. You come down towards turn 1, look to the outside for the entry, bring it in nicely, avoid the curbs, they're very slick. The car gets upset as you come over the hill for turn 2. Let the car just drift to the outside and then hang on. As you come into turn 3, Callum taking a lot of curb and invalidating as he now comes through turn 4, keeping it tight. and then into 5. Don't let the car go too wide, you'll invalidate there. Long through 6 onto the power. And now we just cling on for dear life through 7 and just put your foot down for the long back straight. In the dry there's DRS, in the wet we don't want to even think what would happen if we opened that flap. Braking at the 100 meters into the chicane for 8 and 9. Nice and tidy, just pick up the speed through the non-existent kink there. Callum actually seems to be going a little slowly, probably because he's invalidated. But then flat through the fast right-hander, and then again off the power, down the gears, into the long right of turn 11. Double apex, let it drift to the outside, switch over, line up for turn 12. You avoid the curb in the dry, you avoid it even more in the wet. And hang over to the right for 13. Getting on the brakes to the inside of 14. And then tighten up the exit to get into turn 15 and on the power. All the way to the start line.
Beautiful. And obviously no time set, but would you mind sending a cheeky invite to General Jake, who seems to have just left the session, as
Sure.
Night Owl just sets the fastest lap of a 1:42.2. And then Scriv says, no, I will take that and knock it off by an entire second.
Some random person also joined the session, I don't know how.
Well, that is odd.
Hopefully they go away before the race.
Indeed. Remaster sets both Alfa Romeos coming in. Remaster setting a 1:41.6, and Motorcycle setting a 1:42.8. Philip is invalidated. Callum 11 invalidating again.
Oh, and a big spin for Callum.
Not ideal for the Haas driver, who's been forming incredibly as of late.
And he can't get going, the tyres are overheated, he's got no grip, and it's soaking wet, which makes it 10 times worse.
It's all gone wrong.
Got a tiptoe on the power now.
On board of Halsey now, who will be the next to complete his flying lap. Let's see if he is able to put a competitive time. Seems to be struggling in these wet conditions compared to how his pace was in the dries. Let's see what time he can pull out. Rob's still in the pits. Rob's now on an outlap.
He's taking his time.
He really is. A 140.4 for Scribs.
Now that matches what Rob did in Q2.
That is a
140.6.
That is an
For
incredible little time from both the top two drivers right now.
And Halsey going into the pits, forgetting the way back and cutting the corners completely.
Wow. Callum 11 on his flyers again. Take 3. Take 2. Take 2. Take 2. Take 3. Take 3. Take 1.
I think 3. I don't know how many laps. How many laps has he done?
I'm sure this is his third now.
He's completed 2 so far, so yeah, this would be his 3rd lap on these tyres. See if he can keep it within the white lines for this one and actually get a time on the board.
Well. Scribs currently with the 140.4, but as mentioned, that was matched by the fastest Q2 time by Rob obviously on the same compound. Can Rob, Icelandic Rob, improve? Callum 11 apparently sets a purple sector 2. This could be a blinder of a time.
This might be a very good lap from him. It's definitely seemed very tidy, he's using every inch of the track he can, and I think that's what's been biting him the past few laps. Because he's using everything and just steps that little bit over and gets invalidated. This time, not so much. Hugging to the inside through the penultimate corner. Just easy on the power.
Something tells me that the track conditions are getting a little bit better for these intermediates. And Callum 11, there you go. P3 of a 140.7, and then Remaster nearly jumps Scribs for pole with a 140.4. Great lap from the Alfa Romeo. What a lap.
Icelandic Rob is actually on his first flying lap now. His teammate only just coming out the pits on a fresh set of inters as well. Both Aston Martins yet to set a time. Same goes for Rio Fensum, who's just behind Rob on track, and Philip, who's still in the pit lane.
Purple sector 2 for Icelandic Rob. He's going for it. He knows. I've been having a little cheeky nose at the team chats, and the most popular thing going on right now was Icelandic Rob being super confident at this track, more or less expecting himself to win here today. Let's see if he can back it. Oh, and in the pits he goes.
Oh.
Rio Fensum will be the next driver to make a finish his lap. Doesn't seem to be very good. Oh wait, no, I think it's gonna be a great.
Seems okay. Gonna be a 41.3, puts in P5. Not quite as high as we'd expect from one of the main championship contenders, but still a good position nonetheless. And he's out of fuel, I think. At least from the sounds of that car, he's out of fuel.
I'm not really sure why Rob boxed there, to be quite honest.
Neither do I. His teammate now, currently on a flying lap.
2 minutes on the clock, unless there's more.
I believe in Q3 is not the timing won't be as offset as it is for Q1, so I don't think there'll be too different. Static hurdle, purple sector 1.
Hello.
One
Oh,
Aston
nearly
Martin.
invalidates. Oh. You can tell there's a slight bit of panic with how that little twitch to the left.
Rob coming out, 1 minute 42 on the clock.
He's gonna have to fully send this, no?
We can only assume he's got an extra 10 seconds or so for him, because that seems like he's cutting it way too close. Meanwhile, his teammate, not purple in sector 2, but still seemed quick, a little wide through the fast right-hander, but carrying good speed. We've been bigging up one of the Aston Martins. Could the second Aston Martin play spoiler here?
Exactly, both Aston Martins still obviously yet to set a time, so any sort of invalidation now would be a real kick in the teeth. Let's see what
Patient on
time
the throttle.
Motorcycle starts this lap. Rio Fensum going for another lap, being invalidated. But the man we're looking at right now, Skiatic Hurdle, second, just behind Scribs.
So
Wow, second for the
0.012.
Aston Martin. That is quite an incredible time. Wow.
We've got less than a tenth covering the top 3 right now. This is absurdly close out in front.
Scribs about to set his lap.
He's
Philip
on our lap.
start. Oh yeah, so yeah, about to start. And now here we go with Philip in the Red Bull. Oh, he's invalidated.
Too tight through the corner.
Oh, and he spun.
I believe that is Philip's qualifying done, because he went.
Oh, and that's going to be Rob's qualifying done.
Unless the timing is a little off, we'll watch the. Okay, there wasn't like a jolt from the AI jumping to the racing line, so I think he had a couple extra seconds from what we were seeing.
Ooh. Remaster P3, Callum P5, Halsey, fastest lap, 140.2, and the man who's been struggling in this.
Night Owl.
Go on.
Sorry, Night Owl jumps up to P6 with a 41.0 as well, gaining a couple places. Rio Fensum is around, he's not going to get another lap.
Scribs
Motorcycle coming up to finish his lap. Very slow at the final turn. I don't think he's improving.
Let's see what time he can come out with. He does improve, but it's not enough. Rio Fenson, boxing, Scrivs, not improving. He is a 10th down on his time. Can he find enough time to snatch pole off of Halsey?
Purple, Sector 2 for Icelandic Rob.
Can Rob snatch it? Can you do it?
A little. Nice and tidy.
Scrivs coming to the line. It does improve, but not by much at all, and not enough to get pole position. If anyone can do it, it's this man, Icelandic Rob. Can he do it in the Aston Martin here in France? He said he's got the pace to be the fastest onto the track, and he gets it! It's pole position for Rob. What a lap! What a lap! And what a way to end qualifying. 7 tenths!
What a lap!
What? What is this? What is this?
Wow!
Wow. Okay.
Wow.
Where did that come from? Where did that come from?
7-10.
Why do you do that? Well, why did you do that? That is incredible. That is absurd.
This looked like such a close qualifying. Couple tenths covering the top 5, and then
Rob just said no. Enjoy this.
Them all home.
Unbelievable. 13 seconds on the clock. Let's see.
Oh, Diablo ad.
Yes, and that just in time for when the race is about to start. Good job,
good.
Yabs.
Okay, it's ended.
It's ended just in time. Just in time as we go on to 5 red lights. Drive-through penalty for that boy, SJ. Oh no! And it's lights out and away we go, and it's a storming start from the Aston Martins, both of them. It's a poor start from Halsey. Scrivs jumps Halsey. Scattercurdle also jumps Halsey. It's a wild Haas. Is that a Haas? That's an Alfa Romeo. He goes down the inside. Oh, sorry, that was the outside. There's so many over there. Where is this? What's happening here? Contact.
Motorcycle and Callum.
Oh dear.
They've gone around. Lots has gone around. That boy. Oh wait, that's his drive-through. Never mind. I thought he'd already got on a track limits. Oh, contact. Rydell just seemingly turned into that boy SJ, broke his own front wing and spun SJ around. That seemed entirely on Rydell there. I'm not sure what happened.
And look at this battle between Scattercurdle and Halsey. Only a 10th in it. 10-second time penalty for Callum 11.
Another spin.
And the thing is, Callum 11 again, his stage is going from bad to worse. I thought I'd bring up the tyres just in case anyone did.
General Jake trying to go up the inside of Minoy through turn 11, not quite able to get the move done. The Haas putting up a stellar defense in P11.
Incredible. Halsey obviously not having the greatest starts. Rumas not having a great start, but Night Owl, even Philip is now getting in on the action. Oh, and in the box is Rumaster, yeah.
He probably got damage from the contact with Callum. That's going to completely mess with his strategy. I wouldn't be surprised to see him slap on a set of hards. Rydell hurt even more by this. He started on the hards.
2 seconds the gap now. Rob really trying to make the most out of this soft stint. Jay really now on the back of the Red Bull of TX Philip. Let's see if any move can be done, and a move could be done here. Halsey dropping in another couple of positions here. Must have been an error. And it looked like Rio Fencer was about to go flying into the wall. I have no idea what's going.
That's what's happening there.
Oh no.
Big lag for the AlphaTauri.
And now he's behind Philip. And now Jay's
at the
there.
inside, gets squeezed by the AlphaTauri, who's turned to a ghost and now lagged back further.
I have no idea. Poor Halsey.
That is horrific lag
is
from the
unfortunate.
AlphaTauri, and that's ruined his race already.
And look at this bout here. The two Williams side by side on board here with Motorcycle. It's yellow flag second. There's a Red Bull. Phillips out of the race.
He's had a spin at turn 10. Virtual safety car deployed. Lots manages to stay ahead of Shaman there. Shaman pressuring his teammate while on the slower tyres. That's looking promising for him. Halsey lagging even more, down in 10th place. If this lag continues, Manoy will be in the final points paying position.
Exactly, and with Halsey's lag, you have to think so. Scrivs making a great start. General Jake and Luke Watkins having a really good start as well.
J-Wall as well.
J-Wall, yeah, pretty much everyone, but Halsey in the top 10 has had a great start.
Manoy into the pits. I can only assume damage on the Haas. Having a look, yes, they're preparing a new front wing for the Haas. That is very unfortunate.
DRS enabled.
That now moves the Williams into position to maybe get some points. The virtual safety car has ended, by the way. We didn't see when that happened, but the field has taken off once more.
Shaman goes a little bit wide as Motorcycle. It's almost like he's playing with his meat here.
I think he's just being cautious. Luke Watkins and General Jake side by side. DRS is enabled this lap, and Luke has made full use of it, getting past the AlphaTauri. Can General Jake make a comeback as they come down towards turn 10? Doesn't seem like he's got quite the run that he would need. Is he going to look through 11 though? No.
Not really. There only seems to be a couple of outs. The Shaman goes quite wide. Motorcycle not able to take full advantage as Rydell is having a nice little battle with NXR Manoy.
A spin for Jays.
Oh no!
Down to 9th. Lots and Shaman have just jumped positions because Halsey has lagged once more.
Scatic Hurdle.
The Williams into 10th and 11th.
Fastest lap by Scatic Hurdle on the mediums.
The soft tires fall apart after about 2 laps of use.
Oh, it's a great chance for General Jake and Luke Watkins completely shutting the door.
Disconnected. I'll grab him.
Yeah, please do. Halsey loses another position, I assume, from lag, and looks like... Oh, sorry, Halsey's looking to make moves, I think. I have no idea what's going on. Brewmaster, fastest lap!
Oh yeah, he is on fresh softs, even though he has disconnected. Philip has also disconnected. I'll grab him as well. Oh wait, no, Philip's out of the race. Philip's out.
Oh, and here we go. It's General Jake, Luke Watkins. Easy move for the AlphaTauri man.
Just a mirror image of the previous lap, but Luke Watkins stays close enough there. He might have a chance. General Jake gets offline as he comes out of the chicane. Luke Watkins has got him back.
Just like that. 3-second time penalty. NXR Manoy. First exceeding track limit. Warning, and there's the second one with General Jake. And he'll get another warning there. Warning after warning, it seems.
Now, Rob will definitely be starting to feel the effect of Tyrell on those softs. We will start seeing the medium runners closing up to him. I say that as he puts in the fastest lap of the race, shutting me up immediately. Okay,
immediately smacking you back into back in the face.
Very well then. Never mind, he's flying. They're fine.
Absolutely fine. Halsey AI. I'm not sure if you already mentioned about him not being in the race.
Is he actually AI or is he?
It literally says AI next to his name, which I assume could mean that he's paused. Oh, and Shaman down the inside of Lots. Wasn't able to keep it, and now he's lost it.
Very good driving by Lots to leave the space to hold that outside there, but Shaman not only had a spin, but is on his overtake. That's going to cause the rears to spin up even more. He's turned it off now, realizing quickly enough before he got to the next corner. He's got to be very careful for the next few turns, otherwise that rear end is going to try and step around on him once more. Timing has broken because of people rejoining. General Jake very sideways through the chicane. trying to keep with Luke Watkins, who seems to have the better pace out of the two, especially considering the tyres they are on. Rob is off in the distance right now.
He's complete bolted.
Now, if I'm remembering correctly from last night, we will expect to see Rob in around lap 7 or 8 to get off of these softs, as he goes even faster.
Delta
Can somebody calm this man down? Yep. Getting the times back. Gap's nearly 4 seconds. It is 4 seconds now between Rob and second place.
Wow.
No one quite close enough for DRS as we go down the order. Apart from Motorcycle, is right on the back of Lots as they come out the final turn. He will have DRS. Does Lots go defensive? Does she try and just hold the outside once again? She looks to the normal racing line. Motorcycle not close enough. Runs a little wide. Has to get off the power. Car seemed to unsettle through the middle of the corner. Luke Watkins, 3-second penalty. Evens the score between him and Jake. Although he has pulled 1.2 already. And that's huge.
Scatic hurdle, 3-second time penalty for the SR.
Lots 3-second time penalty.
Oh, everyone's getting the penalties now. You have to think this is just now a Sunday drive, but not for Motorcycle. And Halsey. Halsey's back! Oh, Lots making a very audacious comeback, but Halsey is back. Now, can he recover where he started?
If we want to talk about recoveries, after how great of a race the team had yesterday with the win for the Josh, Haas, P16 and 17, both having had to pit early for damage. Not the day they would have wanted today. They're going to look to try and recover as best they can, but I think they need a safety car to save their races at the moment. Rob still extending that gap. Gained another 2 tenths on that lap over Scrivs. Those softs holding up way better than they did for me yesterday, which hurts.
Pain, so much pain. You could hear it in his voice. The pain.
Pain for me, pain for my tyres. Halsey clinging onto the back of the Alfa Romeo. It's an Italian battle, except one of those teams is Swiss, so I'm a liar. Forgot Sal was Swiss.
Oh dear. Here we go. Great couple of corners for Halsey. Can he get any advantage here on Motorcycle? We'll have the DRS advantage. We'll have the overtake. He's using quite a lot of overtake, but so is Motorcycle. Motorcycle not planning on using any of his. And it should be a very, very comfortable overtake for the AlphaTauri man. Now the charge is on for Halsey. 7 or 8 seconds.
Already half a second.
Already half a second, but that gap's slowly closing.
That is the effect of the slipstream, but I believe once we get into the main bulk of Sector 3, we may see that gap start growing once more. Because Halsey did seem to have the better pace out of the two. Also, a bit further down the order, we saw the Hasses swapping positions, Callum jumping up ahead of Minoy. I poked my head in, it seemed like Minoy was just moving over, letting his teammate go. I don't think it's too surprising to think that Callum is the faster of the two, given how qualifying went, so just letting his teammate get on with it.
Exactly. Well, only two drivers haven't moved a single spot until now, as Lots has hit
in the pits early.
On the mediums as well. So let's see
Did she get damage?
See if the
I believe I see a man with a wing.
It's a nice.
Oh, it's a new front wing for the Williams.
No.
That is painful to see.
I think maybe it's just the curse of the number 21.
Maybe.
With drops.
Maybe it's just a curse of being driving George Russell's car.
Maybe.
Because that man, that car, that whole life seems to be cursed for that boy. But he's going to Mercedes, and we can only hope for improvement.
Exactly. I have to say, Rob gets a massive snap of oversteer. As Scribs was actually starting to close the gap now.
He did. He has gained about 3 temps since we last looked. Lots comes out the pits, gets 3 seconds as well. That boy SJ also in the pits. He's going to be close to getting lapped. That's not... With the mix of the drive-through and the mediums, he went on the same strategy as Rob. Sorry, wait. Okay, SJ's gone for the full 2-stop because he started on soft.
Okay.
Oh, again, some hydrates. That's probably a good idea.
Vibe Hazard and Wookie back in the chat, probably here to support their main man, Icelandic Rob, who is currently now only 3.7 seconds. So the time's dropping, and it seems to be dropping quite quickly.
But, and here's the crucial thing, I believe last night the pit stops for the mediums were around lap 10 or 11. Rob has managed to pull a 3.7 second lead, which is starting to come down, but he's only 2 laps away from that window. Well, he's only 1 lap away from being in that window, which means he will be able to take a set of hards and go to the end without any real troubles.
Yeah, he's obviously got that 3.5 second gap, which is, again, it's just getting shorter and shorter and shorter, but he made the most out of the first half of his stint on the softs, made sure he got that massive gap, so when it comes to this sort of time on his stint, it shouldn't really matter too much.
Also further down the field, we're starting to see some people get within a second of each other. DRS will begin playing a factor. Rio just on the edge behind Night Owl. Luke Watkins has caught J-Wall for 6th place. They're only about 6 temps apart. Motorcycle still clinging on to the back of Halsey, actually.
Yeah.
And the gap forward to Jay's not shrinking as much as we expected.
It shrinked a lot because it was 7.8 seconds.
Was it 7.8? Oh, I thought it was lower than that. Never mind, ignore me spouting nonsense once again. It's my brand at this point.
But there we go. Luke Watkins, obviously, as mentioned, closing the gap. Rio Fenton just seems to be on another little Sunday drive, just chilling behind the McLaren of Night Owl, who seems to be performing really, really well, may I add. Night Owl on a great up performance. I'm sure, actually,
he's doing great, especially considered how his race last night went in Tier 1 as a reserve. He's doing a very good job. Halsey picking up the 3-second time penalty now. Also, the Josh32 winner last night, redeeming a shout out. Shout out to that man. He's very fast.
You are quick.
It's just facts.
You are quick. Full stop.
Man is fast.
The Josh wants a response to his hydrate. Well, he didn't.
He didn't redeem a hydrate. He redeemed a shout out, and I just gave it. How dare you?
Unbelievable. Now you have
and
to
Icelandic
subscribe.
Rob in
What a joke.
on lap 10. Sort of time we expected to see the medium runners coming in. Now these are fresh mediums, so it'll probably go another lap or 2. But Rob has made it as far as he needed, and can now make it to the end without too many issues. They want hydrate? Alright, I'll just chug some Lucozade.
I have sour cream, so it's fine.
You know what, considering I was falling asleep, yeah, that's probably for the best. Icelandic Rob, though, coming out of the pits just ahead of General Jake. If he's not careful, this could actually play out really badly for Rob if he gets stuck in other people's battles, because Luke Watkins is on the hard tyres. He's going long.
And he's now got a 3-second time, hasn't he?
Going short through that corner because he gets a penalty for track limits. But he is on the back of J-Wall.
Yeah, Rio Fenton now on the back. DRS activated, no ERS activated. Oh, a slight little tap. I have no idea what's going on here. A little bit of lag here and there. And he's now still stuck behind the McLaren.
I didn't see any contact on my end, so I'm very confused.
Yeah, it's a little bit odd.
I think that might have been on your end.
Probably. Oh, there is a lot of hydration. So it looks like we're ending the stream as we will be drowning now.
If I say that I nearly drowned once, does that count as enough hydration to cover it? Because that happened.
Oh no.
Luke Watkins up the inside of J-Wall through turn 11.
That's a
lovely little move. Squeezes him to the outside. J-Wall going to try and come back through 12. Will he? Yes. Watching for that inside curve, not wanting to step on it too much. Now, is Jable going to get blocked from entering the pits? Is he wanting to pit here? No. Rob
Oh,
trying
he's
to
going
find
down
any
the
which way.
inside. But isn't...
This is what Rob must have been concerned about, getting held up by this pack. Jable low on ERS. Rob has plenty. And putting it to good use to get up the inside of the Red Bull, those fresh hard tyres, putting in the work. Jay's in the pits now, getting off of those mediums.
Jay will picking up a 3-second time penalty, trying to keep up with the Aston Martin. But you have to say, you know a couple of people who would be absolutely loving this right now.
Scribs?
Cal and Ali. Seeing their the two of their Aston Martins and their McLaren, who currently, after everyone pitched, should be first, third, and fourth.
True.
Which I'm sure would be an absolute delight for them.
Rob gets past Luke Watkins as well, makes it easy. DRS not really having to fight much, and he's already pulling away. The sad thing for the leaders is that that gap has not come down as much as they may have hoped from Rob getting held up in that battle. Only 20.5 seconds.
And in goes Scribs. Let's see where he comes out. Surely Rob's still ahead, you'd have to think.
I think he's definitely, considering he gained about half a second in that like start of the final sector. The gap's jumped down a lot, but that's just because it's now showing the gap, well for me, it's showing the gap to Hurdle because I've got it to the leader. And where is Scribs? He's still well in the pit lane. Rob
He is still
will be clear. Scribs comes out behind Luke Watkins. About 1.5 seconds off of Luke Watkins, 2.7 off of Rob, so he did still gain time on Rob compared to before the pits, up by about a second. Just not enough to make a difference. J-Wall, Motorcycle, both in the pits. Getting onto a fresh set of hard tyres. Rumaster on an 11 lap old set of softs. Halsey on a fresh set of softs. That's an interesting choice by the AlphaTauri. He's going for the 2-stop. Sadek Hurdle holding on to the lead at the moment by about 7 seconds over Night Owl. Rio Fensom clinging on just behind. Rob only 5 seconds behind Rio Fensom. And Rio is yet to pit. The man has incredible pace right now. Scribs has passed Luke Watkins as well, closing the gap down to Rob, only 2 seconds now. Oh, Rydell's had a spin.
Oh, yes.
That's a very
That's
unusual spot. Yeah.
Contact with another driver, wasn't it? Who
I would assume it has to be, because that's a very unusual spot for Rydell to go off. The Twitch chat has turned into Jonathan Ross and is pronouncing every R as a W. Rio Fensom running in second place.
Rio Fensom getting a 3-second time penalty as well. Luke Watkins,
trying to keep the pressure.
He's putting in a great performance right now. Up 12 positions, still on his heart.
He's looking good at the moment, but obviously pit stops still need to cycle through. Rio has yet to pit, Night Owl has yet to pit, Luke Watkins has yet to pit, General Jake has yet to pit, so has Shaman. Callum had to pit on lap 1, but is on hards, and I don't know if those will make it to the end. So still a fair few laps to go.
I'd like to point out again, as was discussed before the stream even started, General Jake is going to attempt the medium
let's not
to
spoil it.
soft. Oh,
okay, we spoiled it.
Alright, well, it's out there now, okay?
Yeah. Now, I had no faith, I'll be honest, very little faith in that strategy. However, what Rob has done in that early stint does give a little bit more faith to the idea. We'll have to wait and see how that continues to play out. Rob has closed a second on Rio. General Jake pitting now. Looking to go 12 laps on the softs. That's a stretch.
Was he committed? On board with General Jake. Was he committed? I don't think he was. Here comes the hards. He wasn't committed.
He's thought against it.
Oh,
He's not doing it. He's even said in Twitch chat. He's bottled it. He's backed out. The coward.
What a coward. Unbelievable.
We will parade him through the streets and shame him for his actions. As he comes out right ahead of Jay's. Not quite close enough for Jay's to have a look, but maybe as they come...
Banding out for the lead of this race.
Very exciting racing here.
Yeah, it's really, really exciting. So much is going on. It's hard. It's so hard, guys. Bear with, please. Pain.
Can Weo get round the outside of the McLaren?
Can he do it? Rydell's out
Oh,
of the race!
Rydell!
Oh, he's retired in the pits.
Oh, okay. He's called it quits. Maybe a mechanical issue with the McLaren.
Yeah, maybe.
We may never know. Maybe Milkman's been sending inferior Mercedes engines to the McLarens just to sabotage. Who knows? Rio Fensom is in the pits though. He's going to try and undercut Night Owl here. See if he can maybe get the job done. Mediums go onto the Mercedes and he's on his way.
Rob. Jay is quite close to General Jake. With Jay will just a little bit ahead.
Oh, hold on. Rydell might be getting in the way here. His AI. Oh my god, why is his AI stopped there?
What?
People need to be very careful of that. Okay, it shows it was disconnected, thankfully.
Oh no!
But that is... Okay, it's gone now, thank god for that.
Why is it... Oh, perfect space.
Night Owl still being caught by Icelandic Rob. The gap down to 2.6 seconds. He's pulled a second over Scriv since the pit stops as well. Luke Watkins still yet to pit in 4th position. That's going to send him down the order a fair bit once he does. Maybe to around 8th place, I believe? 7th, possibly? But the field's settling down. General Jake and J-Wall close on the circuit. Jay's right behind them as well. J-Wall looking low on ERS. That red light is flashing.
But Night Owl's in. Will, I don't even know what's behind him. Rio Fenson get the jump on him. I feel like he will, and I feel like it'll be a comfortable jump at that.
He's had a very clean outlap. No real traffic to speak of. Just getting on his way.
And it looks
McLaren's
like he
heading
will.
down the pit.
And it's gonna be close. And Rio Fenson does. He gets the undercut. The undercut. He made it work. And now he's ahead of Night Owl.
But it's not over yet. Night Owl will have DRS down the main straight here. So he may be able to come back at Rio. This undercut may not have played out as well as Rio would have hoped.
Exceeding track limits, Night Owl. Hopefully that won't affect him anymore in the future. Remember, Night Owl's the only one in the top 6. He has 3 drivers ahead of him and 3 drivers behind him that have penalties. So he's kind of in a very comfortable position right now.
However, the penalties up ahead, unless they're fairly sizable, won't help him too much because it's a 9-second gap between Rio and Sciatic Hurdle.
Wow.
Night Owl wasn't able to stay close enough to make good use of the DRS either.
Motorcycle on the back of the Williams of Shaman, who recently just picked up a penalty. Can he make any sort of attack?
Shaman still yet to... Well, no, he has pit once, but those hard tyres will be starting to fall away, surely. About 16 laps.
How's he another 3-second time penalty?
Halsey also still needs to pit. Luke Watkins being overtaken by Sciatic Hurdle. Luke still needing to come in for his pit stop. He's on... Now, he is looking in good position to do the reverse of what Rob did. Halsey comes in to make his pit stop finally. Probably going to go to a set of... Actually, he might be able to go to a set of softs because I believe he started on the mediums.
I think he might still hop
Shaman in.
and onto the
is
softs he
he-
goes.
Yep, Halsey another set of softs. Is this going to be softs for the Williams of Shaman as well? It very well could be.
I think it is. Mediums
No, it's
it is.
mediums. I wouldn't be surprised to see Luke Watkins come in and take a set of softs because he'll have 9 laps to go at the end of this lap, which is less than Rob took his softs at the start of the race. And with a lighter car, the tyre wear will be even less and he'll be able to make even more use of those soft tyres.
Jay, now down the inside of Jay Wall. Which Jay will come out on top?
Jacko clings on around the outside. His ERS still very low. He's using everything. Jay's keeping a reserve. Looking for a crossover.
Oh, that could have been really tasty, and that's 3
Oh,
second time penalty. Oh, he's
Oh,
still
but
around
around
the
the
outside.
outside.
Oh, hello.
No, he's gone very wide. He's already gotten a penalty for it, so he was committed. Getting very close to the back of J-Wall. A small bump on the back of the Red Bull. Not quite enough. Luke Watkins is in the pits now. What's he taking? It is softs for the Ferrari. We could be about to see a monster stint come out of the Ferrari.
Let me see an absolute. Oh my god! Remember a second a lap difference from the start of the soft stint between the harder compound, and
Yes,
it's Shaman out of the race.
Oh, this could be massive for Luke Watkins if there's a safety car now.
Oh, and he's just overtaken
overtakes
J-Wall. That's
J-Wall.
beautiful.
It's an amazing move.
Luke Watkins on course for some really, really good points here. Set of free yellow flag. No safety car.
I'm surprised about that. Look, ERS on for the Ferrari. He's putting the pressure on the AlphaTauri. It's not a surprise. If Jake's smart, I don't think you fight this. I think you just let him go. There's no holding back the Ferrari on the softs here, but he's got 14 seconds to gain between now and the end of the
Oh,
race.
this is a great chance for Night Owl down the inside of Rio Fensom. Can he
Very
make
tight
it stick?
squeeze.
Oh, Rio Fensom goes off of the track and seems to just absolutely snap into the McLaren.
I think the curb unsettled him. Good reactions from Night Owl, keeping both cars from getting any damage there. Rio's ERS light also flashing as they come into the corner, so he's using a lot to defend. But will he have gotten DRS thanks to that by SJ? He has. That makes life a bit easier for the Mercedes driver. The Alfa Romeo is making a quick swap. Motorcycle losing the position to Remaster. Rio, big slide coming through
Oh,
turn two.
no.
Night Owl up into
I
fourth place.
literally just came off on board with him. Oh,
I just
no.
managed to catch it on my end. And this could be great for Luke Watkins, because that gap is now 5.2 seconds. Now below 5. Halsey, fastest lap of the race on the softs. If he can gain 2 places, he will get a point for that. J-Will still pressuring General Jake over 7th place. He's finally managed to put about a 2-second gap between him and Jay's. Luke Watkins is hunting the Mercedes. I'm just gonna double check. Is he the championship leader?
Rio Fensom is the championship leader here, indeed, with Scribs right behind.
I believe this... Well, actually, depending on... If Luke Watkins does manage to jump Rio, I believe this will actually have decent championship implications and give the lead to Scribs. Oh, absolutely. I believe Scribs will be leading the championship right now, actually, given the points difference. So Rio is going to be wanting to hold on as best he can from General Jake. Oh wait, Jays can't get back in. Oh, did Jays disconnect? Oh, I was at an invite, Jay. I didn't realize you were disconnected again. It didn't pop up for me.
Luke Watkins, fastest lap of the race. 3.5 seconds now between him and Rio Fenton. Can he close the gap? Rio Fenton, 3-second time penalty. Oh, it just goes from bad to worse for Rio Fenton.
Ooh. I'm looking at things that will not be spoiled.
It's the penalties
Oh, yes.
situation. Well, the penalties will not be shown until the drivers cross the line, so enjoy this. Intervals have disappeared for me, so this is
Oh yeah, that's probably because Jay rejoined. So they'll be coming back as people come across the line. We'll see if Luke Watkins has continued to close the gap. It at least looks like he has. Another 3 seconds for Lutz. It's a day going from bad to worse for Williams. Mercedes, their dominance looks like it could be coming to a close here. 3.1 seconds, the lead out in front. Can Scrivs keep this lead? Well, can Scrivs close this lead and keep the streak alive, or will Rob finally put an end to Mercedes' domination? Night Owl, 7.1 behind Hurdle. This is the gap we want to see. So we have Rio Fenton coming across the line now. How close is Luke Watkins in that Ferrari? 3.6. I don't think he's closing quite enough to be able to get there before the end of this race. He may have taken.
To drop off.
Yeah, I think he may have taken a bit too much out of the tires at the start of that run. Motorcycle and Remaster, 10th and 11th, they might be about to have a nice little scrap over the final points position as Motorcycle gets really out of shape out of turn 2. Hangs on to it. Loses a couple tenths.
Team orders.
Oh. As a member of a team that fights for the low points positions most of the time, there's no team orders here. It's all about the drivers.
We saw it last night between the Red Bulls, and it ended up costing them after pushing each other to get penalty after penalty. Will we see it here?
Luke Watkins still closing, but the rate he's closing just isn't what he needs.
Likewise,
Scrivs may be a tenth quicker than Rob on that previous lap, but he did gain a little bit there.
Yeah.
I think Rob may have had a little snap of oversteer coming through turn 2, lost a bit of time.
Oh, and there we go.
Oh, speaking of snaps of oversteer, Sadek Hurdle in the Aston Martin also having them. So maybe whatever setup those guys are on in the Aston Martin camp doesn't keep the tyres alive. Well, that would be a lie, because Rob went on the softs. Again, spouting nonsense, as always. Ignore me. Luke Watkins down to 2.9 seconds, though. Getting closer and closer.
I feel like this is just getting even better for Remaster. He just needs to close a gap and close that gap.
If the penalties ahead are good enough and Motorcycle's penalty is small enough, they might be able to steal a pair of points positions here for Alfa Romeo.
Closing up to Jay's. They really getting a lot of time in this first sector to Jay. Is he back in the game?
I believe I saw him join back. He did get an invite. Hopefully he's... Yeah, he seems to be back. They're sticking close together, just slipstreaming off of each other, hanging on well. J-Wall. It's very easy to catch a car in Formula 1, it's a very different thing to overtake, and J-Wall has been proving that all night because he just can't seem to find a way past people, even if he does seem to be quicker. The gap between Luke Watkins and Rio Fenton still closing, but I'm not sure if it's enough. He gained about 3 attempts on the previous lap. That won't quite do the job. He needs Rio to have a couple more issues, like his not a full spin, but just a couple kicks of oversteer just to unsettle the Mercedes to get him back.
Brewmaster really
now.
closing the gap. Really putting the pressure on the Alpine. Can Jay keep it together? Force Brewmaster into some sort of mistakes. So he can grab that penalty to even the playing field.
Luke and Rio have been giving it everything. Neither driver has much ERS remaining at all.
Brewmaster. Oh, and it's an AlphaTauri. I think that's Halsey. He's gone off.
We must up the inside. Lovely overtake. Jay's right on the back of the Alfa Romeo, but the better run off the corner for Brewmaster should defend him into these next couple corners. They've left Motorcycle behind. He's not able to keep up. Jay's gonna have a look. We've seen him try moves through this corner before. Will he be able to send one round? No. He's clinging on to the back of Brewmaster, but I don't know if it'll be enough. General Jake did pick up another 3-second penalty in all of this as well.
You have to think. This is a fantastic opportunity for Brewmaster. Sciatica.
Hurdle.
3-second time penalty.
Jay will finally close enough this time. Up the inside into tarmac. General Jake. Whoa. Jay will backed out of it. It's a good thing he did, because General Jake was not going to give him racing room there. Jay will picks up another 3-second time penalty, being very aggressive, trying to get past. Could frustration be setting in for the Red Bull? The gap between Rio and Luke Watkins now down to 1.5. This could be very close at the end if Luke can get within DRS range of the Mercedes. Doesn't look like Rio will have much defense.
Another fight to the end for a Mercedes driver in France. Here we go. But this time it's not the Haas, it's a Ferrari. It's the Ferrari, the only Ferrari on track today, of Luke Watkins.
Minoy and Lotz having a little battle back there. They were just side by side through turns 1 and 2. Minoy came out on top. Slight contact there from Lotz into the back of the Haas. But Minoy has gotten the position. That's good news.
Great news. Minoy. But yeah, Brewmaster really closing the gap now to J-Wolf.
Oh.
General Jake. This could be massive. When we think about penalties. Luke Watkins, 1.3 seconds with 2 laps to go. Can he close that gap? Can he?
I was asked to invite
Yeah.
Mr. Yaps to the party, and here he is.
Can he close the gap?
I don't think he's going to have quite enough.
Looking good. Motorcycle dropping position to Callum 11 in the Haas. P11 now for the lad. Brewmaster. Oh, it hits. It seems that Boyashi is coming in.
I don't think Luke Watkins has enough left in the tyres to be able to get the position off of Rio here. Keeping up on the back of him, but he's low on ERS. Both of them are low on ERS, but those mediums will have that little bit more pace in them than the softs by this point. So Luke is going to have to just be as aggressive as possible to close this gap. Halsey.
Yellow flags. And it's
Is
the Haas.
that Minoy?
I think that might have been Minoy.
Might have been.
Oh,
Oh,
and
it's Lots as well. Oh, she's retired. Still has her front wing. Not sure what happened there. Night Owl coming through that sector now. Luckily the Williams pulls out of the way just in time. It's a bad day for Williams. Both cars DNF. It's a great day for Aston Martin right now, as we're on the final lap. Scrivs has been able to close this gap to Rob, but it's too little, too late. 2 seconds is the gap, and Rob looking comfortable here. Pole position all the way to the end. I don't think it wasn't
really
I don't think he was even really contested here tonight. This is just a great job from Rob.
And hopefully something we can see more often.
Oh, General Jake.
Another 3 seconds and a yellow flag for the Aston Martin of Sciatic Hurdle.
Is he out of... Hurdle's out of fuel!
Sciatic Hurdle is out of fuel, and this is the chance for Night Owl! He's 2.7!
And Icelandic Wob crosses the line to win the French Grand Prix.
Scribbs only 6 tenths behind. Sciatic
I
Hurdle,
think-
10-second time penalty for exceeding track limits.
Did he just completely cut the corner while out of
I think he
fuel?
might have. Rio fence him now. So it's P2 for Scribbs. It will be a podium for Night Owl. Sciatic Hurdle crawling his way back to the finish line. He finishes, but I don't think he's finishing P4. It's P5.
Is it P5? No,
No,
it's 6 because
not.
Luke Watkins gets him.
Oh
Will,
no!
will he be safe from General Jake? I think he
General
will.
Jake's
General
out of
Jake
fuel.
is out of fuel.
Oh no! It's got
Everyone's running out. Brewmaster's out.
He jumps the both of them into P6. Jay will into P10 because Jay jumps in from penalties. Callum 11 finishes
Motorcycle's
P11.
out of fuel.
Oh no!
My goodness.
Everyone's out of fuel.
How many people have run out? I think Halsey might be out.
Oh, dear.
Halsey limping along out of fuel.
Halsey's
NXR
already
Manoy.
finished.
Oh, Manoy has. Oh yeah, they've already finished. They were a lap
It's
down.
just
Never mind. There we go.
motorcycle. Oh my lord!
Crossing the line. Milkman saying, not a great job from Rob, just a better strategy. I would say differently. The man qualified 7 tenths quicker than anyone else. Pulled the gap, took the risk that no one else was willing to take in those top drivers. And not only made it work, but made it in dominant fashion. Got a bit close at the end there, a bit low on fuel, but Rob just... I don't think there was a question of Rob winning after that first stint today.
Absolutely.
As soon as he put on those hards, he was in a great position to just walk it home.
But you have to say, a great showing. Wait, considering it was only 6 tenths, the difference, you do think Rob was actually out of fuel as well?
Yeah, I think both Aston Martins underfueled.
Yeah, so Scribbs could have easily just won that race there.
If you want something to really think about, there was a virtual safety car.
Oh no.
If it wasn't for that virtual safety car, I think Scribbs wins the race, because that would have been very different.
Very much so. But anyway, we are now joined by Yaps, who will be doing the interviews for us, as Cal did yesterday. We have got Yaps to do it today, so take it away.
Hello. I guess we'll do Rob first since he's here. And if someone wants to get night out, and I don't know his game is like. But Rob.
Hey.
Hello. Transferring
How are you
pole
doing?
position to a race win. Tell me how it feels and what you've had to do to achieve that.
Oh, I never thought it'd happen, honestly. Yeah, I've been waiting for this for a very long time. But yeah, quali was tricky. I knew as soon as I was scared for it in the dry because I know the likes of Scribbs, Rio, my teammate Halsey have so much pace, and I was really worried. But as soon as it was inters, I fancied myself in those conditions because I don't know. I like driving it with the dry setup, even in wet conditions. So I managed to bring a lap out at the very end of Q3.
I mean, 7 tenths the difference. That is one hell of a lap.
I think, to be fair, I think I got lucky with the conditions. I was watching the conditions on the radar as well, but I just managed to hook it up. I knew it was a do or die lap because I never had a lap before that, so I had to nail it. And then the race, it was funny. On the grid, I was watching the countdown, watching everyone else's tyre strats, and I saw no one pick the soft, so I was like, yeah, I'll do that. Chuck that one. And then I had 2 great launches both times, and we had to restart, so I thought it was never going to happen. But I finally got a good launch on the last one.
Wow. Congratulations on the race win. Slowly closing the gap. And closing the gap to our new championship leader, Scribbs. You're our new championship leader. talk to us about your race and how you managed to keep it composed, gaining a position from Halsey's mistake.
I mean, I was already ahead of Halsey before he made his mistake. I passed him into turn 1 by getting a better launch than him and got him to the apex. And then after that, it was quite a boring race, actually. But sometimes the boring races are the good ones, and that's what happened. Just
Yeah, just hit the
trying
nail
to
on the
catch
head.
Rob the last stint.
Yeah, he kept me on my toes. Bloody hell.
Yeah.
Yeah, to be fair,
Really good drive.
nearly got Rob at the end there with the fuel. I mean, if we're gonna go into regulations, Rob, don't you get a penalty for not having at least 1 litre of fuel?
Shut
in
your
the
mouth
tank?
right now. Shut your mouth. Mate, I was fuel saving for the last 10 laps. I looked at it, I was like, oh, this ain't gonna cut it. So I started lifting and coasting, and because I think I was just about pulling maybe a 10th or 2 on Scribs each lap, just about. Every now and then he picked me back, but then once I started fuel saving, I was kind of keeping the gap of 3. But then, no matter how much I saved, it just kept going up. And I think going on to the last lap, I was minus 0.12 or something. And then on the final corner, it ran out. And I used DRS and everything to give me a boost. I was looking behind me, I was like, oh, it's going! And I didn't actually see the line coming up because I was just looking behind me. But
Yeah, Halsey gave me DRS as well.
Oh, bastard! but yeah, honestly,
Apologies for the language.
I'd like to say it was an easy win, but boy, it was hard. It was really hard for it was like a war of attrition with me and Scribs, but I really enjoyed it.
Well, I would ask a night out
We
question.
just had to keep the penalties. How many warnings were you on?
1.
At the end. Well, same.
Yeah.
Well, we'll leave you to it. Congratulations, both of you, on the penalty. Penalties?
penalty?
On the podium.
Cheers, lad.
Leave you to do it. Enjoy your champagne. Enjoy your party tonight.
I think I'll quite be drinking champagne.
And I guess that concludes Tier 2 this week. We'll see you next Sunday for Tier 1. Spain? I want to say?
It is Spain.
Oh, we're not quite done. Oh, Night Owl is here.
Oh, no,
Hello.
beautiful.
Oh, okay.
Hello.
Hello, Night Owl. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm good, I'm good. Just imagine to creep onto the podium on the last lap right there. Gaining 4 positions as well in the race. Just talk to us about your race.
I would have got the podium anyway because Hurdle had a 12-second time penalty.
Well, yeah, if you didn't lose the fuel, he probably wouldn't have cut the track. But yeah, still managing to just keep it composed, just staying within the... You would have been in for decent points anyway, but just having the podium as well. Just tops it
that's my
off
second podium in 4 races.
on a good bit of
Very happy
form.
with that.
Looking to continue it till Spain next week?
Nah, I don't really like Spain, but that's cheered me up after yesterday's race.
Well,
They're the best for me.
wow, it's practice. It's all practice.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I'll just leave you to it. Enjoy the podium. Enjoy the
Okay.
celebrations.
Wait, can I say something quickly?
Depends if it's PG.
It is BG, yes.
Go for it.
I think Static Hurdle should get his 10-second time penalty removed.
I was gonna ask because I was trying to rewatch.
He
and
let
I
me
don't...
by on the track, and he got a 10-second penalty for it.
Oh.
He went off track to let me by, so I wouldn't hit him. Then that counted him as cutting the corner. I did clip it, I
Oh.
think. I sent it to you later.
Yeah, that might be something for the stewards then, because that will have an effect on the results.
Yeah.
But that's actually good to know because I was curious what happened there.
Beautiful,
Okay.
beautiful sportsmanship here at NXR.
Night Owl's going to gain actually 2 points for that.
Yeah, no, I was winning the championship. Congrats on the championship.
Okay. Thank you for tonight. It was very fun. I'll be going now.
Alright, ciao, mate.
Unless you got any more
Enjoy
questions.
the bubbly.
See ya.
Right. Well, that was one of the most odd races in terms of entertainment I've ever seen. Like, it was either absolutely, intense, or it was, me and Gale Foss were yawning. We were literally yawning. But anyway, hopefully we don't.
Terrifyingly, I'm more awake now.
Yeah. After that end, we definitely are. So hopefully we see a lot more of that entertainment at the, towards the end of the race. 4 more races to come. Next race is Spain. Hopefully you guys will be here with us again on Sunday for Tier 1. Tier 1 Spain on Sunday, same time, 8:30 as always. And hopefully we don't have any issues as we did getting into the race today. But thanks as always to my commentary partner, Gale Force. And some guy who joined the party.
Oi.
That's
Yaps. It's boss man.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the guy in charge of everything. But yeah, thank you, Yaps, for coming in to do the interviews. Hopefully this can be more of a regular thing. And yeah, we'll catch you guys later.
See you later next week.